So what they do, say I ordered my extra hot chicken, they will give me a plain chicken and a sachet of extra hot sauce.
What
And
Nando's are you getting from?
that's the thing, Daisy. I was like, anomaly, mom, don't go to Putney. Choose from Wandsworth.
Putney's
My
not that
friend,
good, to be fair.
my friend from Birmingham tried this out. Nando's is doing this across the board.
Scamming.
Let's move on. Stop it, behave. Everyone behave. Everyone behave.
Let's try that again.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Make It Make Sense. I am your new host, Daisy. This is Moni. She may be over there or not. This is Kieran. He may be down there or not. That's
not the case on my screen. I can't even lie. Stop waiting on me for.
This is Darius. He may be down there or not.
According to my screen, Daisy's just got the two black guys mixed up. So, all right, Daisy, back to you.
Me? Oh, okay. So we're talking about Falcon and Bucky. It's come out this week. It came out this week on Disney Plus. And yeah, so before we were talking about WandaVision and all that. So keeping with that kind of Disney Plus Marvel theme, what did you guys think of? Well, episode 1 and episode 2 have been out. So what did you guys think of the first 2 episodes?
Where do I begin,
Kieran
bro?
was very happy.
Actually, no, wait, hold on. Can we just start with Captain Fake Erica? What is it with them and doing this double ganger shit, bro? Like, first we had 2 visions, a real one and a fake one, and then the fake one turned out to be the real one. The real one, I was confused by the end of episode 9, and now we've got this Homelander motherfucker running around with the shield. Because he's really giving me Homelander vibes. If anyone watches The Boys.
That's the Marvel formula. Like you had T'Challa and Killmonger, Iron Man and Ironmonger. You had Thor and Loki. You had Captain America and Bucky. You had
but like
literally everyone has.
Interesting the way they're doing it now that they're bringing up, and we had like, do you know what? There's a lot to go through, but like, let's start with the first episode. Captains.
First and foremost, yeah, Marvel is doing such a good job of capturing the cinema experience in your home. When that opening scene with Sam doing that mission with the Air Force, I felt like I was back in a movie theater. I was like, this is excellent.
No, literally.
Oh,
it's like they've taken in the seasoning that they were doing in their films and just instantly planted it onto TV shows, which is very nice to see. The character building is A1. You get to see, like how we saw Wanda with her sort of emotional trauma. We're seeing Bucky doing the same and having to do active service for the community to sort of like some sort of recompense. And him with the old man, that was sad. That was very, very sad.
Oh man, yeah. Listen, that broke my heart. That really broke my heart, man. I was like,
they were really...
James Buchanan, Sergeant Barnes.
Hey, could you do that? Could you hang out with the father of someone you killed?
I don't know
not
how he
say anything.
All I know is the actors that like how we had the big 6 originally, and there was these are the ones. Now that they're sort of focusing on the ones who like came afterwards to sort of fill out the MCU, they're focusing on Elizabeth Olsen and Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie and all of them. They're really sort of fleshing out the characters and doing them great amount of justice and sort of humanizing them for us. And all I know is that, but like Sebastian Stan is actually killing it with the acting. Like I could feel the turmoil he was going through, and yeah, it's beautiful to see.
They're all absolutely doing just the same A1 performances and level and standards that they were delivering in the movies that they are on Disney Plus show. But to answer Daisy's question, I get where Bucky's coming from, because even if I can't necessarily go out and have like mocky with the father, I couldn't sit home and do nothing. So because when you have such an active conscience, and bear in mind that is just one, the Winter Soldier has a closet full of skeletons. So I don't know. I mean, we saw him going down the list, and I guess it seems to be a mix of going after those who benefited from his time as Winter Soldier, as well as the victims of his crimes and their families. So that's a lot. That's a lot to deal with. I get where Bucky's coming from. I don't know how he's going to go through with it, because so far he's just comforted. He's comforting him in the sense that I'm giving you my company, and like that girl he went on that date with said, it's, you know, he doesn't get out much. It's nice that you're doing that for. Forgive me, I
I
forgot.
just want to talk about that date. That date was really rude. He drank all of the Tiger beers in the fridge and then left.
It was tough for him though. Like first date, in
He
how
didn't need
many
to drink
years?
all those
Imagine
beers.
going-
Can he even get drunk? He can't. Can
No,
he?
but like,
Nah,
like
he's
imagine
super
though,
why?
imagine being like for 90 years being like an assassin, and then all of a sudden, like even when he said that, look, the only piece of peace that he had was when he was in Wakanda, and then for the last 90 years he's just been fighting. So for them to be like, let's put you back in normal society when things have changed for so long, and a lot of the time that he was spending, he was just killing people through much of the world's history since World War II. I could understand why he walked away. Like that was imagine having to go dry for 90 years, like no sort of female interaction or being able to connect with just anyone, let alone a female. Kieran, could you do it? Monique, could you do that? Like, I mean, this is what I'm saying about like them humanizing these characters, is that you can sort of connect with them whether you've experienced it or not. You can understand their sort of like their reactions, and you love to see it. Yo, all like, but this was all even only in episode 1. You can even see the symbolism, like the way they're doing like symbolic things is what I'm gonna say, because I can't find the right word right now. But like the symbolism that they're using throughout the show is beautiful. Even like the mirroring of Battlestar and US Agent. I'm not calling this motherfucker Captain America. It can't be done. And versus Falcon and Bucky, and like it's like the duos that sort of like literally reflect each other in terms of race, in terms of, you know, what their mission statement is, but also no, obviously it sounds gross, but like for the specificity of what they're trying to do, or build this sort of like this disparity between the two groups, and then the conflict within us as people are watching it is nice to see. And like obviously it can be a bit uncomfortable. We've even seen elements of sort of racial tension as well, where Sam got racially profiled and was like, he's Avenger, we're so sorry we didn't recognize. And I'm like,
Yeah, I really like the way that they and they did it in One Division in some points as well, where they kind of use, you know, this, you're still enjoying the very much Marvel universe aspect of it, but they, you know, they make it very clear that this is set within society today, and that it includes those social issues, and especially social issues that are so current right now. And they're very aware of that, and it kind of brings that sense of reality, because as much as like we're watching it and we're like, yo, superheroes, like they don't exist, like, you know, as much as we're like very aware that it's fiction, it's bringing it and like placing it into a world we understand, which makes it that like even more real. I mean, I sort of think about like, if we think about other films, like for instance, Daisy and I watched Get Out the other night, and like as much as we're watching it and we know that it's like a fictional movie, there's so much in it that grabs from like reality, that makes the reason why it's scary is not because of like, you know, with jump scares and stuff like that. It's because of how accurate to life it is, and how sort of like you watch it and by the end you're like, I know that that's not real, but hold up, could this actually be happening? Like it's that thing of like making them human, but making them human in a world we understand.
A common thing that I've been hearing around in the internet from some people I know actually is that they don't really want to go to Marvel for real life matters. So when it was One Division, it was she was creating her own reality, and it was still magic and fighting and blah blah blah. But now Falcon and Winter Soldier's come out, so it's well, especially with episode 2, it feels a lot more real, and yeah, I don't know why people would be saying that. It's a little bit confusing because, like, I find Captain America and all of that to have always been kind of politically stance.
I think Marvel itself is political. Like, I don't think we can
Oh
argue
yeah, it is. Like,
that anything like this is, you know, it's like anything. It's like Star Wars. We watch Star Wars, but it's essentially like an allegory for, you know, fascism and
yeah,
like the
yeah, it is.
left and the right. Like that is exactly what it is. The exact like you know, replica of like everything that happened on the dark side is basically a replica of like the Nuremberg like marches and stuff in Nazi Germany. Like it's uncanny, and that's the same in a lot of, unlike it being an allegory or a replication. Is that the word? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. I mean,
of
like,
it.
No.
It's yeah.
No, I was like, in terms of just like Marvel itself, like, because like this sort of links in, but it was interesting you were talking about the reality of it, Daisy, because I was online literally just seconds before we came on, and on there it was Millie Bobby Brown who's saying that she doesn't watch Marvel very much or any of the Marvel films because it doesn't feel very real, and she likes to watch real things. Now I understand where you get that sort of concept from, because obviously we don't look outside and see someone swinging on uh um around like Spider-Man or flying through the
I
sky.
would.
I don't know where you're
No,
living.
no, that's what I'm saying. We don't see no,
If I
but in
saw that, I
reality, we
would
don't
run.
see none of that. That is like obviously we don't see it in none of that because like it is science fiction. But the whole point of Marvel, even when Stanley started it in the comics, is that it is pertinent to society today. So any comic or any film that will come from that will naturally be that way. Like like sometimes the best
Yeah.
representation of reality are based in some sort of fictional framework. So when Millie was saying that, I was a bit like, is it? Or even something like Thor Ragnarok is like a representation of the hidden colonialist past. With that, you
Yeah,
can see the
exactly.
symbolism in that, where it's like, oh, the Odin has sort of paved over the past where he was like going around and sort of killing his way through the nine realms and taking over. And it's like, oh, that colonial past, it's hidden, but it's still there. But you're like, people will cover it and pretend it doesn't exist, and it needs to be deconstructed, etc., etc. So even like one
yeah,
division, it deals with all sorts of stuff with depression and mental health, and then Falcon and Winter Soldier, you can see elements of race. You can see the elements of like more sort of mental health issues and dealing with PTSD. It's wonderful to see. We love to see it. Is all I can say. Anyway,
Yeah,
with the
100%.
like with the model that I should say the framework that the MCU was modeled from was like the ultimate Marvel branch, the ultimate branch of comics that Marvel was releasing, and that was always like, let's imagine Marvel comics. So what if Marvel was the world outside your window? And like, there's the thing about being a household name is not every house is gonna like you, and not everyone in that house is gonna like you. That's not what being a household name means. It's just being known in the household. There's a YouTuber that I follow. She's on TikTok as well, called like Nix Marina, and she's an ex-vet. And she did an entire commentary on WandaVision, and it was hilarious. And with Falcon Winter Soldier, because she's an ex-vet, she's had like episodes, like traumatic flashbacks from like her time in the force, and like how the way the shield had transitioned into the hands of John Walker. She felt like that was like really, it took her back to the time where she was subordinate to this really abusive officer, whoever it was. And particularly with the stuff like you said, with the racial profiling of Sam, or like even most recently, like like the current hot topic of the show is the introduction of Isaiah Bradley, and how that's literally a commentary on how uh, the experimentations on like the Black community. And I understand like where Millie Bobby Brown was coming to, and how like Daisy, some of your friends were coming to. If you like, I didn't come here to have a philosophical lesson. I didn't come here for a political education. I want to see Thor pick up a hammer and smash it in somebody else's face. That's perfectly fine. But the best thing about art is that it's completely interpretive. It can be whatever you want it to be. So like you were saying with Star Wars, you can look into it to see how it is a social commentary on certain political ideologies, or you can just see it as in the Force, the dark side, Skywalker, Vader. It's up to you. And the idea that people are like having conflict over this, like, oh man, Marvel was throwing race into this. Marvel does subtext, I feel, so subtext really well. And I feel like if I was making my own commentary on it, I would say that because I guess particularly in Falcon and Winter Soldier, their subtext of race is so prevalent because it is deeply rooted in Sam Wilson's like character and origins, but because it's so prevalent in in this show, and this is a show that you've paid a subscription to see, if that's not what you wanted to see, then I understand why that feels forced on you. But like I said, stuff about Isaiah Bradley, are you uncomfortable because it's forcing you to come to grips with that part of history? And is that part of history making you feel uncomfortable? Because then that's whole talks about, you know, white fragility and things like that. And like, that's a whole other topic of conversation. Me, I'm a bit of both. If I'm presented with like subtext like this, then I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it for what it is. Particularly like with things like, say, the Matrix trilogy or with Get Out, where people interpret certain times away. Oh, it's an allegory for X. It's an allegory for Y. No, it's just strictly sci-fi. It's just strictly fiction. My rule of thumb is if the director says this is what this movie means, then that is what that movie means. You're still at full liberty to interpret however you want, but keep your opinion to yourself because like the definitive judgment has been cast. That's just me. That's just me. But man, I love the show. I love the show. My chest was so tight when John Walker first came on stage, yo. You don't understand. When he first came on and he was all, look at this bill, and then he was you know, a little wink. When he did that wink at the end, you know,
he winked.
Flip.
I didn't even notice that bastard.
Camera. Camera. The second episode, I feel like did a really. Here's the thing. I know why we hate John Walker. I guess if you like already know about, you read about John Walker, you've been a long-time comics fan, you have your own opinion. It's been fixed. My opinion on John Walker is fixed. This version of the MCU. The funny thing is, based on what we've seen, he's done nothing wrong. He's been offered a job. Even Lamar Hoskins in it. Oh, you're just a token black and you don't even know it. They're just using you to mirror Steve Rogers and Sam Wilson. Like, they were already buddies, bro. Like, they had already served together. Like, so
at the same time,
like, here's the thing: we want to hate, but like, yo, they've already mentioned things like flag smashers. We know Zoom is in here. They've got the power brokers. The villains of the story are already well established. Y'all just choosing to hate. What if John Walker's not a bad guy? What if Lamar Hopkins isn't a total prick? My chest is still hot because they're holding the shield, and I'm like, that doesn't belong to you. But I have to grapple with the fact that they were offered a job and they said yes. They didn't say like, oh man, because you know what, because that's Sam Wilson. He does not represent.
Being said, though, like,
he does not represent my values now. He just
John Walker's got the shield,
and he's good.
Is he though? Good. Did you see him against those flag smashers in that fight scene? I was heavily disappointed. I was like, you know what? Let me give you a chance to at least prove yourself. So you come in trying to save the day for Bucky and Sam, and then obviously they're all super soldiers, fine. Then you get bodied like that. Jesus.
That's what I don't understand. People were like, oh, John Walker, you can't even hold your hand against the flag smashers.
It's not even that. He was doing all right. And like,
but like, bro, DJ, neither could your two favorite Avengers before they even came on screen.
No, but here's the thing. I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing that. But if he's meant to be Captain America and held to a higher standard, like, I was very disappointed by the way that he just got drop kicked off the bus. Like, I was not enthused at all.
If Steve Rogers, the seasoned Avenger, came on the screen, then yeah, sure, this wouldn't have been a 5-minute fight. But it was John Walker's first day on the job, my guy.
Nah, he flopped.
It was
bro. Do
It was
better.
the first day at
Do
school,
better,
bro.
bro. Nah.
Better than what? Better than your first day at school? You don't remember your first day at school?
My first day at school. My first day at school was fine.
We've
Actually,
all
wait,
had
which
rough
school depends?
times, bro. We
Guys,
all
what's
had rough
happening?
times. Like we've
Idiot,
had rough
man's
times
coming
at
for
school,
me in
rough
school,
times
like,
at home.
nah, bro.
Bro,
No, but like, on a
if
genuine level, like, when he was like, I'm just like, basically saying, I'm no Steve Rogers, etc., etc. I'm just trying to help. It was fine. As soon as he started trying to recruit Bucky as a sidekick, I was like,
it's always that last line. That's
are
what
you,
Sam
it's
said.
always the
So
last thing he said. I'm like, you're taking the mick.
you
Or
are
like,
taking the
stay out of my way. I'm like, bro, you're meant to be Captain America, good heart. Like, I understand where you're coming from, you're hurt. Do what you need to do. I'm gonna be hit. But he doesn't, it was already got that hot sort of, like, as I said, Homelander vibes. Like there's something about him that just makes rubs me the wrong way. And like after the whole Mephisto debacle, I'm not here to be surmising again. Like we know the history of John Walker, aka US agent, but like I don't want to be trying nothing. And like as you said, it was his first day on the job. Like I don't know what I was expecting, but I was heavily disappointed. Like, did he even deserve that job? Like he could have walked away from it. I mean,
here's the thing, bro. Like after that fight with the flag smashers, man, I was like, remember that when that guy Nate Dustin got his ass whooped in the boxing ring by a YouTuber, bro. If that was my job, I would not want to go in the morning. I swear.
I lie.
I'm telling you, bro. If I was Joe Walker, I'd have been like, nah, I'm not going in. And we've all had them jobs.
Just
man.
like I'm going to
We've all
sleep.
had,
I'm just going to stay in
all
bed.
had
Fam.
them jobs where they're like, you woke up the next day and they're like, nah, after yesterday, this ain't the one.
Is it really
You
that?
guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm talking
You know
about.
what?
Man.
Like,
You
ironic.
guys know what I'm
Just like, so I want to start a new sort of section of, this. So obviously, I usually come with my, veritable news sources every week. But now I want to do something like inspired by Reddit. So Reddit has ask Reddit, where you go on, they ask random questions. They can be serious, frivolous, not safe for work, etc., etc. Now we're gonna do r/ask Mims, and I'm gonna start off with the topic of now. How do I word this? What job did you have in whether in the, with I was gonna say whether past or current, but I was like, then people would be snitching. What job have you had that when you wake up in the morning, you just think to yourself, you know what? Yeah, I would rather just stay here and call in sick or
Every
quit.
single one of them.
Bruh, it's not that serious. Man said all of them. She didn't
Every
even say
single
all of
one.
it. She said all of it.
Darius, I've seen Daisy since she started working, and I can tell you for sure every single time she had a shift, she would be like, I'm not going.
Wow,
I guess it's
Daisy.
because it was like all like bar work or like
Yeah.
kitchen work, and it's
To be
just like
fair,
it's
that is
gross.
really
You don't want to deal with customers, and like you have to put on your customer service face and voice
When I
for
tell
a
you,
whole
when
9
I
hours. Oh.
when I tell you my bank account went like that because I was taking Daisy out for drinks every weekend after she'd have shifts at work. I started that year a rich woman and I ended it.
very, very poor.
Yes.
Really that deep that you were drinking. Like, I can't lie. Like some
You
jobs
think
you just give
Friday
red flags for.
nights, sometimes Saturday and Sunday nights and Thursday nights. We'd be out.
Damn.
We'd sometimes do 3
God put
nights in
you
a row.
stress.
That's how deep it was.
Wow. She was
That's
drinking her
serious.
sorrows away. You know them ones there. Like,
So what happened there? What happened at your job where they're like, money,
run me those drinks.
we gotta go. We gotta go. They did it
I'll
again.
get the Ray and nephew
It
out.
was
Pull out the bowl.
mostly like the stadium shifts. So when I needed to go
Oh,
to
that's
like
long.
Wembley Stadium and stuff. And like, so the only calm period would be when the people were out watching the game or whatever was going on. But the halftime, oh my God. People think of halftime as, oh, you get to watch the adverts, get to chill out. Blah, blah, blah. No, not for the workers. That is the apocalypse coming through the doors. Everyone is just like, can I get a hot dog? Can I get this? Can I get that? Oh, you ain't got that. Blah, 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 blah. And you're running back and forth, and you have to be like, next, yeah, oh, hi, you're the best person in the world. Enjoy the game. And it's every time you speak, a piece of your soul just crumbles. So you need to go to Spoons and refill it up with some beer
Handset.
to fight again for the
Wow.
next year.
That is soul crushing. And this is why working in a bar it's a tough one.
Daisy, I have to apologize because I've been to a stadium And I've been that customer. Well, they're like, £12 for a hot dog. I bet you
Yeah,
get
it's
some
like,
good service.
what can I do? Or what can I do? I can't do anything.
Yeah, I don't
pressing
set the
button on
prices, I don't make the
touchscreen, that's
rules.
all I'm doing.
It's literally 3 against 300. And we're like, yo, some beer. Like, let's get some beer.
Kieran,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Since we've
It's-
worked in the service industry, and like
And those customers that are like,
question.
oh, can you get me a fresh one? Or can I see you pour the beer? Go away. Can I see you put? Fuck
What
off.
kind of requests are these? That's what I mean. The customer, I have to say this, customer is not always right. Often the
They're
customer's full
not.
of shit, but that's beside the point.
Speaking of, like, my job was working in a bakery, and that thing of like the pricing, it was like, I didn't like, people would come up to you, be like, sorry, £3.30 for a cupcake. I'm like, I did not set these prices, but I'm telling you, you're in the middle of gentrified Brixton, you're gonna be getting £3.30 for a cupcake. Like, I don't know what, you came here, not me.
A whole meal deal for a cupcake, though.
Exactly. Like, listen,
No.
we don't talk about it, but like, it was mad. But it was just the thing, people would like be like asking me about prices. I was like, I don't set these prices, but like, if you don't want to pay for it, then don't pay for it. Like, just go. Like,
is
there's other
true.
there's literally like other places you can go. You're in Brixton Market, like, it's fine.
Oh yeah, but like,
Um,
what's the bakery? I'm done. Kieran, what about you? Like,
You know what? I can relate to what both of them said equally, but that's not the job that. I mean, like they said, every job has at some point in time maybe been like,
yeah.
man, I could be sick. Maybe I could be. I might just be sick. My throat tickly. I want to
yeah.
but no, but
The
Yeah,
days where
yeah,
like
yeah,
the days
yeah.
where the more you process that, like, I'm gonna call in sick, you're like, wait, maybe, I feel a bit congested.
You know what?
Yeah. No, I think if I leave this 10 more minutes and try and get on that bus, I'm gonna collapse.
I'll tell you what. I'll be honest with you. I've never pulled a sickie, but there has been one time, and I'm not gonna say the name of the company I was working for because we still need references. But like, there was one time where like the job had been getting so much in my head where it must have been at like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. I called him up and I was like, listen, I'm just gonna lay out to you. I'm not coming in today. Now here's what you can do. I can work from home or you can sign me off as sick. The choice is yours. But regardless, I'm not leaving my house.
That's really
So
ballsy.
it's up to you. It's up to you.
I rate the honesty.
I was at my breaking point. But no, the job for me, I guess that counts as a job where one morning I was there like, not today, man. Not for me. This is honestly a true story. But don't get it wrong. I came in the next day with smile on the face like, you okay? Someone want to say something? All right then. But nah, that morning I was there like,
I think it's jobs. So like the jobs that I had, I was like in like it's from 16 to 18, 19, I'm guessing, is when I had these jobs, but it's like mostly in like customer service stuff or like retail things where it's like you're doing a lot of work really fast and dealing with a bunch of customers, and that's not the best jobs to have. Like that's not where I want to that's not what I want my next job to be. I want it to be something in what I'm interested in, like robotics. But yeah, if you haven't worked in the service industry, you haven't experienced.
If you haven't worked in the service industry, you haven't lived, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, it teaches you a level of humility and respect for them man behind the bar.
Yeah.
So much. And you need it. Them entitled people, like, I'm gonna run up on these people. Them entitled people that come to the bar and be
the bar.
like, we're doing our best. At the end of the day, we are not robots. We are made of human flesh too. We have souls, we have hearts, we have families. And you treat us like, I don't know, any common rubbish that's on your
vending
street.
machines.
I'm just looking at you being like, I could
basically
but I need this check, so it will not happen today. But like, I think the worst thing that could happen at a job for me is a massive red flag is when they're paying you cash in hand. Can't lie, and I'm looking at them being like, That's a bit dodge. That's a bit sus.
I was like, why are you outing me, bro? Like, why you put my business
No,
in
no, no,
these
no, no, not
streets?
you. I'm talking about me. This is like
No.
one of my earlier jobs. I worked. I'm not even gonna name. Actually, no. I'm not sure if I should name the company or not, because then I might get Saudi mafia on me. But that's beside the point. Anyway, so like the job was in a bar, very expensive bar and
I know where
place.
this job is. I know
The
what this is.
manager was
Yeah.
rude beyond rude, and I was just like,
Yes.
"You definitely got Napoleon syndrome, but it's okay. I'm here for my bread. Like these uni books ain't gonna pay for themselves."
Mm.
And like customers weren't any better, and logistically, it was just grunt work, and it was not enjoyable. And then like it would be time you'd just be there being like, "When am I gonna get paid? 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 weeks, 8 weeks."
God.
And then I'm having to be like, bro, I'm gonna have to pull out the lawyers and call ACAS car. You're actually taking the piss now, so you better be running my bread.
I know
They
exactly.
did eventually, which tells me that they could have done it in the first place.
Yes.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, the reason what inspired me to ask this question logistically was because I did find an article, and it was very interesting to hear. So it was a guy. Man is jailed for pretending to be kidnapped to skive off work. Man pretended to be kidnapped. Here's the thing. I haven't even read the full article, but all I know is there's no mention of what this man works as.
Is he working for MI5?
I don't know. He said no, but he wasn't even kidnapped. He pretended to be kidnapped to avoid going to work.
Going into work.
And I'm just looking. I'm just being like, where did you work, bro? What were you doing? Like
That's fine with me, bro.
What it says that he's a chef, which obviously means restaurant, bar, etc.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't specify where. Is he working in a pub, a restaurant,
Five Guys.
a cafe? I said
It
5
doesn't
Guys.
matter.
or Daisy. Shake Shack.
I am people right now. But like all I know is imagine being so desperate to be out of your job that you'll be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna pretend like this is taken for and I've disappeared. Someone has just decided up and kidnapped me. And I was in disbelief. I was like, I made that I never get to that point. Man, I never get to that point where I need to be like, yeah, you might have to start thinking about paying some ransom money.
I could absolutely imagine that if you were a chef. Chefs get the worst deal. As much stress as I've ever felt like I'm under at work. Under like if I was in the kitchen though. Because I know some chefs who are just perfect human beings. But that rush hour, listen.
You stay out of their way. Do not touch the chefs.
You do not touch the chef. You
Luckily-
die. Quick death.
Go on.
I love that fact that like chefs are under a lot of stress, but if you did a like scan of a kitchen, the amount of like cocaine remnants you would find.
Why is it every day cocaine, man? Every episode, cocaine, crazy, money.
No,
cocaine.
like it's facts. It's facts.
What kitchens are you? I don't know what you were
No,
doing
no,
at.
no,
they do.
Joints, right?
I'm not even joking. Places like Michelin star restaurants. Michelin star restaurants. These chefs are working like 15-hour shifts, and they do so much coke. Like it's a known fact that chefs do a ton of coke.
I think you need to check
So
that with Darius.
Honestly, Darius, check it. I'm not even joking.
Man's out here like, where's the lamb sauce? Logistically, he's been snorting. It's really bad at saying that because Loki, I know Jack Ramsey, but like
this kind of
so
struggle.
Hopefully, you'll see this, but that's beside the point.
This struggle of like jobs makes me think about the fact that like I was having this conversation with Kieran earlier, in that like I feel like as a sort of generation, like that kind of like millennial to Gen Z sort of like kind of tipping point. We had that very much like at 16, 17, we went out, we did our first job, like we started working and then we kept working. We worked through our degrees and stuff like that. But I've been talking to people sort of who are that age now, and a job is a myth to them. Like I'm speaking to people and like they're like 16, 17, 18 now, and to them like they're not getting into
Yeah, this is true.
they're
Really
they're just vibing until they get their dream career, and I'm like, how do you expect that to happen?
I don't know. I think they're just hoping that it will sort of come out of thin air. I mean, especially in these times,
It's just
seeing
interesting, yeah.
coronavirus and Brexit and economic downturn and
Yeah.
so much hate in the world, bro. Like, like it's a mazzoline. Like, it is actually a madness out here. But like speaking of like coronavirus and lockdown, the freedom is coming. The freedom is coming. Yesterday was like one of the first times where I was socializing with people outside, and I was like, I'm so blessed to have this again, bro. I mean, I missed it so much. And it just reminds you, like when you being used to just being confined to your house and the same people day to day to day, it just makes you feel alone, fam, and isolated. But that's not the case. That's not the case. So what's everyone's plans that things open up? The barbershop will be open in literally like 11 days.
Darius,
For that.
I don't know if you've been looking at the way Molly's been looking at you, yeah. I don't know if you've been catching up to, but she's like, because you've been seeing people. You've been seeing people now.
They were my co-workers technically, so you
can go outside
anyway.
You can go outside.
I mean, is like I meant in a social capacity, because usually we go to work, we come home from work, and go back to what we do. Like we just go back home. It's Xbox. It's sleep. It's eat. Pluck the weeds from the garden, bro. It's them things there, and it's
pluck the weeds, the garden. You know, I've got hands.
Your money's really like.
Yes, and Money's looking to throw them right now because she's mad I haven't seen her. Money, I will come and see you. But like, no, logistically, all seriousness, with all things like lifting, what are you guys' plans? Because I know that I'm gonna clap some cheeks. I'm gonna bake some. Make some macaroni cheese. Wait, hold on.
Cheese.
Oh.
There better not be cheese in there. Oh.
Yo. I'm not even gonna lie. That's a fire bob. Let me write them lyrics down real quick.
Don't.
Well, I'm planning to turn 21.
Yeah.
Again.
What, again?
Why is she lying to the people?
Again?
Why you gotta lie to the people?
Again.
Again.
They don't tune in to listen to your falsehoods when you tell the truth.
A lie? No, but like logistically, she's trying to have her 21st birthday that she didn't get to have, which
she's turning 20.
No, I'm planning to visit my friends.
Yay, friends. Not Kieran though, that's clear.
No, my Stoffley.
Even Daisy's just there like
Stoffley.
One of you making plans about you.
It's not lies. I'm gonna come see you.
She be making these plans. Are you like?
She didn't making these plans, but I understand like it's difficult to go.
Kieran, you're not in my plans anymore. I don't care. I'm not seeing you, and I've accepted that.
Rough.
I'm sorry.
I'm fine. I've done a year without you. I can do another one.
Ooh. This is a mad breakup scene going on. Like, it was getting caught in 4K right now.
Regardless, the first thing I'm doing when lockdown's out, regardless of me missing people, I'm making money. Like I'm going back to work. As much as I've enjoyed sitting around doing nothing.
I'll make money move then.
Bro, listen, like the last time we came out of lockdown, me personally, I have been furloughed during this time. So when I came out of lockdown, that check, the real check, based on the work that you actually did. When I say it felt like deliverance, you see how this is Easter period, and I felt the goodness of God when I saw the numbers, when I saw the numbers come up on my Barclays app. You don't understand. I was like,
we love to see that. We love to see more.
I'm going out there because listen, I have plans. I genuinely do. I have plans, and all of those plans have to be paid for. So, that's me. I'm going back to work.
He's taking me out for dinner.
Who? Where in his plans did he say he's taking you out for dinner? Because I did not hear that. All I heard was,
I heard a
I
plan and I
don't
heard
dance
paid
now.
for,
I
and
make
I'm
money
like,
move.
I'm being
Nah, I
taken
ain't
out for
gotta
dinner.
dance. That's what I heard. Which I'm
I
like,
hope you
fair
don't
enough.
edit out the part where you said, "Oh, I can do another year without you. It's fine." It's like,
Nah, we'll keep
take
it
me
like
out
this.
for
That is funny.
dinner.
Wow.
Take me out for dinner. So I just wanna let's just keep that.
Wow.
Yeah,
The switch is mad.
consistency. Let's
But
keep that
like,
continuity in there.
you know them people that say more money, more problems. I can't see that. I'm
Where?
not gonna lie.
Where are the problems?
I never,
You
Like,
can pay.
I've
You
never
can
had
pay
that
to get rid of
99
them with your
problems,
more
and
money.
about 95
So
of them can be fixed with bread. Like on God with that one though.
oh,
Maybe even 97%. 97 of them can be fixed with bread.
I've not
That's
been-
actually true.
Not
It's
liquid
actually
bread.
true.
Money. Money. Not so funny.
Daisy, what are you doing? What's your
in
plans?
a capitalist world.
look, after lockdown ends, go back to the gym. Go back to training for boxing. Like actually punch someone in the face who isn't 2 meters away.
Buddy, why are
It's
you
gonna be
clapping for?
great.
I'm so glad you're going back to
You're wrong
boxing,
for
man.
that.
I want to see you. I want to see you in a fight. I really do.
Well,
Same.
I'm doing 2 boxing events. So one is raising money for cancer, and one's just
Oh, that's
killing people for fun of it.
really good.
But
Okay, cool. Let the people know where they can donate. Let the people know where they can help with
Yeah,
cancer.
put the links in the bios. It's gonna be down there in the description.
we'll do once
Excellent.
training starts up, don't worry, there'll be
Yeah,
updates.
I rate that very highly.
You know what, Jim? The slackness that's been going on during lockdown is not even an option.
No access.
It's not even an option. When I had to shave, yeah, and there was nothing hiding it, and I saw how my face has now morphed due to this time in solstice. I was like, oh no. Oh no, because before I was like, yeah, 5-year-old one's gotta go. Yeah, Jim can go to the side. Bruh, when I look myself,
in the eye.
when you looked at myself properly, I was there like, oh nah, yeah, your homework as I can't, big man. You gotta go. Jim, you gotta go from real iron real
I
soon.
need to find you a bike because I swear.
Honestly, guys, speak for yourself.
be
I've been
cool.
waking up 5:30 a.m. 2 days a week to work out.
I know, because
Call me crazy.
calling me at 7, and I'm
Call
like,
me-
ain't nobody awake. Ain't
Yeah,
nobody
ain't nobody
awake.
awake at
Stop
7.
calling me.
Apart
this
from me
time.
going to work, but that's beside the point.
Oh
Yeah,
my
no, but
goodness
like
me.
logistically, the gyms need to open up. We do need to go back, and we just need to go and live our lives at this point. Go out and conquer. You know,
Here's the
get that
thing, but
bread.
like
go
in
I want to go to a music festival. You know,
part of
so bad.
Not
you know
anytime
what?
soon.
Even though
Not
that's
anytime soon.
yeah,
I know.
But
it's not gonna be
they have that
2020, but I
idea where they're
really
like
wanna go.
sectioning off people, so you get your own little like scaffold.
Oh God,
chunk.
imagine they have, those big like bull things that you like go in and
Zombie.
Oh yeah.
No. That will
Yeah.
end in death. There will be much death.
bubble football is hilarious. We have to go.
Imagine you
We
just
have to
have
go.
or be
Bubble
like
football
in
is
Wally, in the little like oh my God, imagine it all in like little
What, in the
like
chair thing?
scooters or like on electric scooters like going around the
It's a
music
no-
festival
it's a
ooh, beeping your horn when someone puts a good song on.
Did anyone think? I know we all had our lazy periods during the lockdown. Did anyone think at any point where you were just scratching your torso, you're like, this is how we end up in Wally? All these people in chair. Like when I was in lockdown, I was there. I was watching TV and I was eating food, but I was doing it for like the 9th day in a row. And I was like, this, you know what, man, we about to be Wally up in here real soon.
Yeah.
If we don't come out of lockdown and be allowed to do something.
There come a point where like I moved my PS4 from the living room, moved it into my room, and then put my TV on a box and put it right next to my bed, and I was just there with little chips at the side.
No, that's not
just
the one.
playing
That's not
Last
the
of
one.
Us,
That's not the
like,
one.
yeah, this is great. And then there come a day where I was like, this is not great, it's not okay.
Actually, to be fair, my room, the way it's set up now, I could literally live here, like in my house, in my room.
Do you have a kettle?
I'm with.
I said, do I have a kettle?
You know what? I'm with
Somewhere,
Daisy.
probably. I don't know.
I'm with Daisy. There was points in lockdown where I was like on my laptop or whatever, and I'll see that little blinker come on the screen. I'm there like, oh, the battery's running out, but the charger's downstairs.
It's long.
Let it die. Let it die.
Let
Let it die, and I'll know it's time to go to sleep. It's fine. That was the rule I had to do.
Exactly. When my controller died, I was like, well, I'll recharge it and I'll sleep while I wait.
Wow, man said, man said sleep is an opportunity to travel through time
I
and move on to the
I
next
had
level.
Daisy had the opposite experience. You know, it was like, you know how your Xbox or your TV would time out after a period of nothingness.
Yes, that's when you
There
know
would be
you've been on so
no.
long.
That's when you
I
think
would
sleep there.
Daisy. I would use it purposefully. There will be a point where it's like, I can't find the remote in my room. Now I could get up and turn it off, but if I wait long enough, sure enough, this finna turn off by
Yeah,
itself.
it,
I'll be
it like
fine.
it says
I'll be
it
fine.
it says it every 4 hours, and I'm like, well, I'm on hour
Every
7,
4
so you know
hours.
it's gonna turn off in an hour. It's all
Every
right.
4. I
Exactly.
didn't know
I'm
it's every
like,
4 hours.
You
Raw.
haven't been playing games
That
long
shows how
enough.
much. No, but that shows how long I'm on that Xbox for, fam. I'm
Yeah,
seeing it pop
I
up
mean,
like 2-3 times, and I'm like, here, and there's no way I've been here.
that's like
I
during
mean,
lockdown. That's how I told the time. I was like, okay, it's been 4
Alive?
hours.
Oh, it's 4.
Next 4 hours.
Oh, bruv, there have been times when I've been sitting in my Xbox in front of there for 16 hours. That's not good.
nah.
Oh my
I'm
god.
actually very disappointed. That's so disappointed.
But that's why we gotta get out. That's why we gotta get out of here, man. There'll be
Get
times
out,
where I watch
live
some.
lives,
Your
see
watches,
people, and start
it's true.
partying.
But that's your motive, bro. I'm not gonna hold you to
It's
that.
not.
You're
It's
gonna
not.
go
It's
down
not. It's
too.
just funny
But
because
like,
well, I'm
do you know
like,
what?
I'm hearing a large general consensus of people that be just like, I'm so glad. Like people saying, some people have been doing hookups all the way through lockdown. Other people are just like, I'm so glad as soon as things open up, I can actually just go out and meet and do hookups. And I'm just looking at them and be like, bro, have you got your priorities straight?
Here's the thing.
What's going on for that? People just mad.
Here's the thing.
Especially,
I stopped listening to Boris Johnson's announcements a long time ago. But I think there was one where we were getting close to, the 29th, and he was talking about, there is worry of a third wave. And I was like, Boris, listen, if you don't let these people out, if you don't let these people out on Monday, they gonna make last year's protest look like a birthday party. You don't 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 test these people. They are upset. Okay. Even if like you guys who live in like, well, I'm not gonna be out your areas or anything like that, but there are commons close to your homes. And like if you pass a common, lockdown or no lockdown, if there is sunlight, if it is daytime, crowds everywhere. They don't care. They don't
true,
care.
this is
So
true.
at this point, and this instead of like inciting active rebellion, maybe the strategy is let's at least if we permit them, we can at least put more parameters on um a controlled environment rather than being outright told no,
Mm.
because that's when they be wild. But is that safe? Do we
No,
think
they're
that's what that's
wilding
gonna?
now. We've seen the past. It's
Because
ridiculous. Like,
well, that's the thing. Like I fully believe if there's like sorry we've encountered a third wave and it's just not safe. It's just not safe. Man, I'm so far deep into lockdown now that I'm just like, yeah, okay, don't worry, I get it. Sure. So I should just go upstairs, yeah? Okay, cool. Just let me know when you're ready in it. When the outside is good, you call me again. And I'll be back. I'm used to it. But there are other people who won't have it. People have already taken to the streets in real lockdown protests. Well, I didn't understand. They held their protest. More power to you and whatever. But you held your protest like the day before they was gonna let you out. And I was like, what are you trying to do? Don't test them. Don't test these
don't
people.
ruin it. Like,
This,
just ruin
don't
it for everyone.
don't ruin it. You are
People
so
protesting
close.
lockdown.
You
They're
are
just making
so
it.
close. Don't ruin nothing. Don't ruin nothing now. Don't ruin nothing now.
I feel
But
like
that's the thing. That even when you were talking about what you guys saying earlier, even with our freedoms coming back, the there's still gonna be like subconscious thoughts in the sense that I'm allowed to travel again, but I don't want to be. Don't come sit next to me on the bus. I didn't like it.
yeah. Better stay away
Good.
from me.
Now,
Do you know what?
that's
People already started
Finally.
saying that.
yeah,
I'm
but
sitting
even
on the
like
bus
going
and
to
they're
the
like, oh,
cinema,
come sit near. I'm like, fam.
I used to love going to cinema.
Huh?
I used to adore it. I've had 3 unlimited cards in the last few years. But if someone said go to the cinema now, I'm like,
No, thank you.
no. So people can just be breathing their COVID up in the roof and it rebound and go back
Yeah,
into
that's
me.
a no
Nah,
for me.
that's not for me. I'm down. Hell no. Hell no.
Like, it's interesting to see how sort of vex people have become with all this lockdown. Like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, and it's just like a breeding ground for like all sorts of nut jobs saying all this nonsense, all these conspiracy theories. Like, it's the 5G towers, or things like that. Like, what else? Or even like,
It's China.
coronavirus is the vaccine is going to put a chip in your body so they can track you. And I'm just like,
All this
now.
living inside is
Come on,
training for
mate.
life on Mars. Obviously.
That was
Yeah,
new.
totally.
That was new to me.
I really need to make a foil hat because, like, anytime I'm talking about these quacky people, I don't want to call them quacky people. They have their ideas for a reason, but like, logistically, I'm just like, where are you getting this information from? I just want to know
You don't
who
believe
is fueling your conspiracy theories, bro.
So you've
That
never
being
had a
said,
conspiracy theory that you believe in? Not one?
me, I don't. Here's the thing. Like, I'm gonna ask you guys first because it's a tough one for me because I'm not really the conspiracy theorist.
Yeah,
type
me
of guy.
neither.
That's more Kieran's department, who is below me on my screen, but probably isn't.
I
This
guess-
is my department. What do you
I
mean this
guess
is my department?
my conspiracy theory that I've sort of, and it's not COVID related, but that recently has popped up to me is that Princess Diana's still alive. And there's like people that have literally, no, I'm not even joking. People have literally like
Where?
marked out how she did it
Where is she?
in
How
Canada.
What's she doing?
How she did it.
She's in
yeah?
Canada. She's vibing.
She's in Canada.
He's
Okay.
vibing in Canada.
Yeah, because there are people that have said that they've like literally seen this woman in Canada that looks and sounds exactly like her and would be around the same age she'd be, and that there's people that have actually like said, oh yeah, like this is how she did it, this is how she's still alive. Like she
That's a
had
wild one,
people
actually.
on her side like helping her out with covering it up. And as much as I'm like, no, that's not true, like what, but there's like people who have like talked about it and have come through with it, and I'm like, you know what, it's convincing. It's quite convincing.
That's convincing. Okay. It's intriguing to me. This is what I mean. I'm very much a skeptic. So like in terms of like this whole conspiracy theory thing, I don't even know where I'm gonna pick one up from. But like, who else has got one?
Daisy, please.
I like without evidence, I cannot believe anything. There are a lot of conspiracy theories out there, and I'll look at them and be like, "That's interesting. Can you show me your sources?" And there's no sources there. It is just plain spaghetti. There is no source. It is.
That's a sourceless. That's a.
That is genius. I love that.
Wow, you said they're waffling without saying waffling. I'm actually in awe. That is beautiful.
Yeah, you just can't believe it. They're funny stories. That's what they are. They're stories.
Oh. No, but like, is there one that you're willing to believe?
You know what? I don't really go full out and say, yeah, and this is why. Because if you notice, I'm not a conspiracy nut. I don't know why I was told conspiracy things are my thing. But there's one conspiracy theory where I don't necessarily believe it, but I'm there like, you make some good points. Let me not lie. It is the whole, and I hate to say it, but the whole 9/11 stuff, yeah. On this, you know what? Here's the thing. Again, it's not that I believe it, but I'm there like, you bring up some interesting points. I'm not even like to. And this Stacey, I see you scorning.
So
but like, they have it like, I'm afraid to open my mouth because I know.
Keep speaking. You've done it now. Keep going.
Thoughts,
do it.
I need to let it be known that these thoughts are not reflective of my own thoughts. I'm just. There's like when people were talking to me as a layman, I'm hearing this as a layman. I'm not an aerodynamics engineer or anything like that, so I don't know about the metal beams or anything like
the
that.
Jet fuel. All that.
Yeah.
I've seen all these. Like, where are your sources?
Like, no, some of the funniest things come from like general comedians, like Dave Chappelle and things like that, where they're like, a whole plane was hijacked by 3 people carrying what? what were they carrying? But it's not even stuff like that. My friend was going on like, so you telling me after it hit the building, the plane went missing. The plane went missing, but at the same time, you found passports and stuff. I'm there like, I don't have an answer for you. I don't have a response personally. And that's the thing. Unless you're able to shut them down there and then, because that's how you kill a conspiracy. You'd be like, no, and this is why. Unless they're all so far gone. But
what
for me,
what do they claim happened with the plane then? Like what's
bro, I don't know. Like I'm saying, how long ago was 9/11? It was so long ago, and like this isn't a thought
just
that
so long ago,
personally
it's within
stayed.
our lifetimes.
Barely.
Yeah, well, we were really small.
Okay, but money in the sense that it's not a thought that occurs to me daily. So like
Yeah.
I keep it neatly filed in my memory. But like that's my one of the like whichever way you swing on this argument, man. Sure, I'm still like good for you.
Actually, I've got one that Biggie and Tupac were assassinated by the government or forced sort of pushed to assassinating each other.
Oh.
Huh?
I thought you were gonna say Tupac's still alive after like every year.
No, I'm not gonna say Tupac's still
Oh, no, that
alive.
one's true.
I wish.
That one's true.
What?
Which one's true?
Tupac's still alive.
He's just
He's
chilling
man,
with Princess Diana.
Every year with
What?
these.
You're telling me
Yeah,
Princess Diana and Tupac are
incredible.
together?
Princess Diana and Tupac album's gonna drop soon.
That is
She's gonna start snitching on the go around family like these motherfuckers try to kill me. You can't kill me. I'm a bad bitch. With a straight.
Why do you think Meghan and Harry chose Canada?
Interesting.
They know something.
I thought Tupac was in Cuba.
Yeah, this is what I'm
Sorry,
saying.
what?
People say he's in Cuba.
What about the
all
one
of
that
this.
Hitler?
No, I
Hitler's
just
still
think
alive in
it's a
Chile.
joke. I know the government is probably
Argentina.
looking through my webcam
Hitler's-
and being like, he knows.
Hitler's-
There's people
Hitler's
that say that Hitler's still alive in Argentina.
Listen, even
Oh yeah, I've heard
that's the
about that.
thing. Hitler would have expired by 2021.
Well, he has been.
Oh, but yeah, he recently died of coronavirus.
He was doing so
I actually
good.
saw a news report that was something like
He was
that.
doing so well for that pandemic.
Man said he got finessed by the pandemic. Wow, he'd been finessed a long time ago before that. But you know,
Oh man.
no, but like the Biggie and Tupac one, I am genuinely serious. Like that is one where I'm like, I think there's something valid to that one, as well as the one where it's like the Black Panthers, as in the group, was sort of brought down by the government as well.
You know what? Yes, I'm gonna change my answer.
Right.
Forget that because that was stupid. Based on what you said, I don't know if it's like a full-on conspiracy that everyone's like talking about, but the death of Nipsey Hussle might have been orchestrated by higher powers. And like, because Nipsey Hussle, not even just his music, was doing such good work on for the community, like being respected by both, like by Red and Blue, Crips and Bloods. Like that goes a long way. And on top of that, here's the thing: anyone who gets close to producing a Sebi, a documentary on Dr. Sebi, yeah. Let me not speak too much. The whole thing regarding Nipsey Hussle's intention to release a documentary on Dr. Sebi added a little more weight for me, in terms of that conspiracy that his death illustrated. But you know, that was very not too long ago, the whole Nipsey Hussle thing. But that's something that I give not too much attention to, but some level of credence, because
No, yeah.
he was.
There's always like conspiracies surrounding like famous people's deaths. So there's one for Michael Jackson, Aaliyah as well. There's the Biggie Tupac one.
What's the Aaliyah one?
The what?
What's the one for Aaliyah?
That she was killed in some sort of ritual sacrifice for the Illuminati, and her last music video is meant to be a message about that.
Because I was,
like that, that classic of play it in reverse and it's a message sort of thing. I remember watching it when I was like 11, 12, and it's like, oh yeah, she's in this scene where, if you reverse it backwards and she's flying up, she's saying something about I am some sort of like sacrifice for Satan, and she's like ascending to heaven in the water, and I'm just like, This is some bullshit, my
You
friend.
see, those people that are like, if you play it backwards, then listen, those people need to be let out of lockdown. Them people need to spend no more time indoors. They need some fresh air.
Well, there was one that I actually saw in the cinema that they played as like an advert of like, if you play, I think it was Stairway to Heaven backwards, it's a message from Satan, and I'm like,
Wasn't that a Simpsons episode? Like join the Navy or something like that?
no, there is a song that's like, join the Navy and that, but they're saying like there's subliminal messages if you play back. Ooh, I'm getting chills.
Are we talking about a real song? Because like that was a genuine Simpsons episode that I'm referring to.
No.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean
it
like
was
the
like-
song Stairway to Heaven.
I remember.
Genuinely
I know
people
what
say
message.
Stairway to Heaven.
Like I remember the episode. I remember that episode where they formed like a boy band and then they did like the Join the Navy song, which was very, very interesting.
I think it's pretty cool if that was intentional though. Stairway to Heaven, play it backwards. Escalator to Hell. It's pretty smart. Pretty smart, in my opinion.
Daisy, you're very much worrying me. I can't even lie. Like, if it is, I'd be shook off.
What am I doing?
Yeah. You know
It's
what?
mad.
This has been.
It's all mad. Like,
This has
it's just been
this has been another great one, guys.
another day in the life of
Yes.
him where it goes
Yeah.
left very, very quickly.
To the
But it's
left, to the
whatever.
left, everything you own in a
And that one as well.
Okay, with that,
a message from the what's it called? Single Ladies is also the dance where she's talking about mind control. I'm sorry, I've seen a lot of these.
number of Beyonce. This is the thing. Have you noticed when black artists get really big, people start coming out with shit? Do you remember when they started doing the whole like Jay-Z, Beyonce, Rihanna, all that lot? They were all like worshipping Satan.
Yes,
There
and
was
they
that
were
whole
all
thing.
like lizard
Part of some
people.
cult. And I was
Yes, I
just like,
remember.
because
My
I remember
cousin
like
from
in year
Bobby
6
cut
on the
off
way
really
to
good.
like whenever it was we used to go swimming, Daisy. I remember being on one of those buses and everybody it was probably that boy Joshua talking about it and how they're all satanic, and I'm just like, the fuck is going on? But
Like,
You know what?
let me not speak on that one.
stick
That
one.
ruined a lot of things to me. It was literally when Beyonce and Lady Gaga came out with Telephone, yeah. And my cousins just told my mum some information. And then that that was it, man. I was like,
Those WhatsApp aunties piss me off.
I
They
was
need
like,
to
but
stop.
but I like hip hop. I like pop. Like this is the music that I listen to. And then I was like, I want to go see the Ghost Rider movie, and they're like, you see what they're doing? Satan is using the media.
Right, well,
Guys, this has been
As
another
we say-
episode.
Another episode of Mims.
make it make sense.
Make it
And-
make sense.
I don't
Until we
think
can't.
anything has made sense today.
Nah, man, so-
But maybe next week we can make it make
Hey.
sense.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Both of us.